Welcome back to the SLI Invitational Season 4. We got more SEA Dota on the way. This is going to be one of the semi-final matches. TNC going up against Fnatic, both of whom previously 2-0'd their first round opponent. Again, this is going to be a very bare bones, very basic, single elimination bracket. No frills, no loser bracket, so here we go, best of 3. Winner goes into the finals. Currently, they don't know who they're playing, but hey, does it matter? Probably not. They're going to be playing anyway for pride and winningness and all these other reasons, guys. I'm Mike Loris. I'm going to be your caster for this game, and it is currently 6 a.m. for me, up since 3 or awake since 3. I don't know, so please excuse any retarded things that come out of my mouth as per usual. We got Fnatic going up against TNC. Both these two teams, definitely some of the more heavy hitters in the region. Still, we got Mineski, have yet to play their first game, so yeah, we may or may not see them face up against one of these two teams, but this type of matchup is definitely one that you would expect in the finals. If you saw SLI finals, Fnatic versus TNC, you'd be like, yep, seems normal, everything's in order here, nothing to read into, so hopefully is going to be a much better series than the last, which the second game in the last series took like 20 minutes. It was a bummer. It really was. But hopefully this one's going to be a little bit closer, and judging by the skill level of these two teams and their previous performances, I would definitely expect that to be the case. Let's see what's going to be going on in the bans. We saw in the last series, at least for the first set of bans, there were like 100% offlane heroes being banned out. Brewmaster's still in at the moment. But you know what? I think like right now, just taking out all these difficult to deal with heroes really is going to be what you want to do. It's not like these, I mean, these heroes are powerful. I'm not going to say they're not, but I mean, I don't think these heroes are like the most absolutely powerful. It's just that they're very hard to actually play around. It's like you really need very specific lane matchups if you're going to handle these type of heroes, and this is a lot of work. Except for Batrider, actually, which is a little bit of an interesting ban from the early stages. Now, we've seen TNC run Batrider like all the freaking time. So, I mean, as far as comfort level is concerned, TNC definitely love themselves some bats. So there is that to consider, but it's been a while since I've seen Batrider in that first ban slot, and Fnatic are going to waste no time whatsoever. Going to get started with a Tusk first pick. It's another thing that they've been doing quite a bit. I do feel like this is probably a little more Fnatic thing to do than some other teams. If other teams do pick up Tusk, it's usually not until a little bit later in the draft phasing. But, you know, it's still going to be a very powerful hero for the Fnatic side. TNC, though, on the other hand, they're going to go for the very balanced and totally expected result that Ice Frog had when they added these two heroes, Clockwork and the Shadow Fiend. An easy 1-2 combo. Like, of course, they have that stupid Cog Soul thing in the early game. But I think the real power of these two heroes comes in the mid stages when Clockwork just gives a barrier for the Shadow Fiend to hide behind. Now that's powerful, of course, but it is not something that Fnatic can't handle. Ancient Apparition's effective range is global. Tusk's effective range is very high as well. Shard cast range is actually quite high. Snowball as well. So, you know, Fnatic do have some answers as far as getting on top of the SF. But in general, that game plan of we're going to hide the Shadow Fiend behind so-and-so, in this case Clockwork, is usually a pretty solid way to go. Fnatic, though, going to go stick with their cold theme, Ancient Apparition, along with that Tusk. We've seen a lot of Tusk plays from Fnatic in the past, from the offlane in Ohio, as well as taking towards that support role. Definitely have those you know, multitude of threats. And, you know, Tusk perhaps somewhat like the Clockwork in the fact that you can pick him up very early on and be okay throwing him into any flex role you possibly want. But for sure, Fnatic do have this kind of mixed utility with this opening, because they can send the Tusk towards the offlane. They have done so in the past, but also they do have this really nice save for the Tusk. Up against Shadow Fiend, who nowadays is a little bit more of a combo caster as opposed to just a right clicker. Being able to save someone versus those combos with the Snowball, that's absolutely invaluable. Especially since Eternal Envy's heroes typically tend to be a little bit softer. So, I mean, you get a hood and you protect yourself against those combos, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But otherwise, just being able to just grab, you know, most likely it is going to be Envy, the person who is worth saving the most. And then just rolling in towards a Shadow Fiend. That's usually going to be just a pretty clean play for this Tusk player to make, regardless of what role he's actually going to be played in this particular game. Do have the Quap banned out. Wouldn't be too surprised to see the Puck banned out here either. Fnatic most likely just going to hit their supports as they already have their supporting crew pretty sealed up. It's going to be a DK instead. I said Puck because Puck is usually a hero that Clockwork really struggles up against. Shadow Fiend's okay up against the hero, but again, phase shifting, raises and stuff like that, very, very annoying. But Clockwork really doesn't want to be going up against heroes that have mobility. Queen of Pain, very similar reasons. Like, you can't gank Queen of Pain ever as a Clockwork. You really have to work really hard to set that one up. Yeah, TNC not going to ban out Puck because they're going to pick Puck, so there you go. Don't have to worry about it in that sense, I suppose. A little bit of initiator for the Shadow Fiend, and it does kind of act similarly to the Clockwork in the fact that Puck does provide a little bit of a barrier for the Shadow Fiend to play around in that coil, in perhaps a little bit of a unconventional sense. But still, the coil people have the Shadow Fiend be on the outskirts, right-click in, raise in. It's all good stuff there from the TNC side. And also being able to kind of very preemptively jump in on the Tusk with the silence means that there is going to be no save there. So really do like the Puck in any given scenario. I do think Puck is particularly good when he's partnered. Did I just assume Puck's gender? When Puck is partnered with an SF. Fnatic, though, going to now 100% show off, or 99% show off. Tusk going to be supporting. Underlord going to be going towards that off lane. Underlord's a hero that I'm still not really sure about. I feel like the hero has a couple of just really, really bad matchups. As far as heroes that you can gank in the offlane, like if you're a Clockwork, you can't gank a Puck in the offlane. That's just not happening. You can very easily, though, gank an Underlord in the offlane. He's slow, he's really, really fat, so just being able to catch up to him is actually very feasible. Catch him in, and yeah, you may struggle to kill him off by yourself, but any sort of safe lane or any sort of secondary support, and you can kill this guy off very easily. This is something that we've already still seen Fnatic do quite a bit, so this is still in their comfort zone, I would imagine. One of their more comfortable heroes. But that being said, I feel like Underlord as a hero is just so hit or miss. Like, his split push is good, his ability to crash in and really do some damage while being safe because you have that taxi out, it's really powerful. So if you do pick up someone like a Luna for Eternal Envy for Fnatic, then you can just kind of overcommit towards those towers and say, okay, Underlord, you're going to get us out of here when we start to drop low. And there is some value in that, but it is, of course, a very risky plan when you're going up against heroes that can just coil you. So if you do get yanked out, you're going to take that damage. Really high burst damage heroes from TNC as well, so you may want to cut it very close, but it is going to be very dangerous to do so, especially now there's a Bane on the field for TNC. We'll be able to get that pure damage brain sap in at the last second, not to mention the fact that Shadow Fiend and Puck also do some pretty decent damage. Underlord is going to be a hero that is going to typically get quite a bit of farm, so you will be able to pick up a pipe if you want to, and it does seem like pipe in this particular game is going to be pretty powerful, so they can have that answer to the Shadow Fiend and the Puck. For Fnatic, though, they're just going to stick to their guns. I don't think there is any possible way that Fnatic can get a more comfortable draft. Like, this is Fnatic through and through. You get the Eternal Envy Terrorblade, get the Underlord for the offlane. Still looking for that Abed hero, and he probably does know his matchup at this point. It's just going to be SF. Certainly many matchups where where at the very worst, it's going to be even for Fnatic. I don't think they're going to have a bad matchup there, even with Bane and Clockwork rotating in, who's still available for that mid lane. Queen of Pain definitely would have been one of the better ones, simply because Clockwork cannot gank her pretty much ever. But keep your distance. Hell, you could actually just go for anything. You can go Medusa, you can go Sniper, you can go TA. TA is actually pretty good here for the Fnatic side. Give them a little bit more sieging power, a little bit more objective taking, as if they even need it with the Terrorblade already on their team. But it does seem like one of the more powerful ones for them. TNC, I would imagine, still looking for their safe lane hero. And I don't really think this is the type of draft for TNC where they could really try to hit some super early game timing. They can grab someone like a Luna and really try to put the pressure to the Underlord early on. The problem with that is that she's very fragile up against these really kind of bursty supports of Fnatic. Like, you will have everyone on Fnatic be a significant threat for your Luna, and that's always a little bit of a difficulty. They're going to take out the Broodmother instead. Would be something that Fnatic will really struggle to deal with, actually. Underlord Firestorm is clunky as hell up against that Brood. Like, you can land one wave of fire wave,
But anymore, like, it's just not happening.
10 seconds remaining.
Tinker is banned out as well. Fnatic.
5 seconds remaining.
There's some answers to a Storm Spirit. It's not the cleanest Storm game. They really would like to have that additional initiation, though. I could see them trying to make that work. It is going to be pretty threatening, though, simply because Clockwork in the early stages up against Storm. Bane as well. Really, really have a good matchup there. It doesn't seem like they really need a lot of extra scaling here. Just Fnatic have to make sure not to get completely run over. And I really wish Wind Ranger was still a thing. I mean, I know that just like is out of nowhere, but I miss Wind Ranger. Give me a Wind Ranger. Although I do feel like probably it's going to be more so a TA here for the Fnatic side. Again, once they get that, get a Desolator or just a Blightstone, like they can kill Roche, they can kill heroes, they can kill towers, they can really do everything. And do it all while being very safe because they have that backup from the Underlord as well as that Tusk. So, I mean, Fnatic just in levels of comfort. I think they have it in spades. They'll pick up a PL instead for that mid lane. And I would imagine it's going to be an Abed mid PL. It is going to be a hero that's going to take some shots from the Shadow Fiend. For sure, being a melee hero up against a Clockwork support is not going to be incredibly safe. Fnatic are playing this a little bit risky. I mean, the AoE from TNC is not non-existent either, and the last pick is going to be a Timbersaw for them. So, yeah, Fnatic going pretty deep into these illusion-based heroes in both the Terrorblade and the PL. And now TNC, I mean, Shadow Fiend already with Puck is going to have a pretty good matchup as far as versus those illusion heroes are concerned. Razes will just destroy them, at least until you get to the super late stage of the game. Having a Timbersaw now as well, I mean, he's going up against, first of all, Underlord and Tusk, so you get that whirling death value. But then once you get just like your regular spells to cast on a Phantom Lancer and a Terrorblade, you will cut through them like a hot knife. It's going to be just disgusting how much damage they can put out. So I do fear for Fnatic a little bit here. I mean, they do, again, have their comfort zone heroes as much as they can. But TNC just have so much AoE burst magic damage to go up against these very, very fragile agility-based illusion heroes. Like, just looking at the matchups, it's like, how are you supposed to survive with your illusions if you're up against Timbersaw, if you're up against a Shadow Fiend and a Puck? Like, it's just so impossibly hard to do so. And at this point, even if the Underlord does pick up a pipe, Timbersaw can still just get right through it. Here we go, loading right in though. If Fnatic are able to get, kind of mediocre lanes, they can definitely push towards the late game and do so very safely. PL and Terrorblade are susceptible early on, but as the game pushes later and later, they definitely have a pretty sick late game draft here from Fnatic that TNC may struggle to deal with. But TNC, they are, with this Timbersaw pick especially, they are going to be looking to be on the aggressive in the early stages. Shadow Fiend, even though nowadays is going to be building a lot of extra kind of magical-based combos. Let's see how good they are at this. Oh yeah, they got the entire team feeding these souls over to Cuckoo. I think it's a bit late to be messing up your cog killing. As far as this stage in Dota, like, if you're not doing it perfectly by now, like, come on, you gotta at least jump into a lobby for like 5 minutes and practice. But they're gonna do it perfectly. Let's see, Fnatic, I think everything is gonna be exactly as expected. We got EE on his Terrorblade. This is like the most EE hero possible. Pylai dies following up as the Ancient Apparition. Got Abed on the mid lane. PL Ohio is on the Underlord, and DJ is on the Tusk. On the other end, Sam H is on his offlane. Puck got Raven playing that Timbersaw, still chilling in the fountain, still collecting them souls from the machines that clearly have souls, obviously. Cuckoo is the Shadow Fiend, 1437 the Bane, and Tim's is on the Clockwork. I have never seen... This looks like... What is that game called? You guys know that game that's like... It's like a space-based 2D kind of MOBA game? It looks like a character from there. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I know someone out there is like, yeah, he's from that game. I remember there's like a squid that has a grappling hook. Is that anyone out there? Anyone out there reading me? I don't remember. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna drop it. But this is not ideal for TNC. Okay, no, they do get back on the block. Looks like Bounty Rune's gonna be 2-2. Sam H actually
Takes quite a bit of damage from Eternal Envy, but does force out that Metamorphosis to be used rather early. Now, using it early isn't like a terribly huge deal, but using it and then not being able to hit creeps with it, and not being able to push away the offlaner in lane is actually quite expensive here for Eternal Envy. It's not really, again, going to bother him all that much, but still, this is half of his Metamorphosis duration that's just kind of being thrown out there and isn't really going to do him any favors. With DJ chilling in the area, Sam H is going to have to play things very far back. You cannot fist fight a Tusk and come out ahead. Guy has way too much armor. And yeah, just a couple of fist fights here and there. Of course, we're going to have a dual lane scenario over in mid because this is the day and age we're living in right now. Tim's actually going to capture Pilot Die in the cogs. We do have, of course, Ohio taking a lot of damage top lane. Looks like Cuckoo being forced out. Wasn't actually able to right-click into those cogs because of that cold feet applied earlier. Pilot Die, though, is out of mana. Does have 2 clarities left. Can continuously apply that pressure to Cuckoo. Doesn't do a lot of damage, just forces him away from the creeps. That means that the Clockwork, if he does land cogs, won't really be able to do anything with them. Like, it'll burn some mana, maybe, but that's about it. Cuckoo, though, only 2 CS right now. Yeah, this AA is definitely being very, very annoying. And Abed is, just having the time of his life as well. Ohio is going to be somewhat concerned about his top lane scenario. You can't really push back. Oh, okay. Pilot Die taking a lot of damage again, though. So is Cuckoo. Not going to miss first blood because I am a good caster, right? Right? But Ohio, yeah, really can't do much up against Raven. Firestorm does do quite a bit of damage to a Timbersaw, but you really will have very few opportunities to land several waves of the fire on the Timber. Like, you can land one, again, but then you're just going to walk right out of there. We'll have the reactive armor, and as far as damage sticking onto this Timbersaw, I don't think the Underlord can really put anything together there. So he's just going to get bullied, but hey, it's a Timbersaw lane. What do you expect? Abed did see the Invis rune picked up by Tim, so Courier is going to remain safe. Is going to push forward a little bit far, perhaps. Tim's has Battery Assault now available. That will not straight kill the Ancient Apparition, but a couple of raises or just a couple right clicks from Cuckoo, you can get that kill. Pilot Die, he smells something here. You could tell. Abed doesn't have the Doppelgang out just yet, but capturing him means that, yeah, you may catch him in the cogs, but he'll immediately throw a lance, so you're splitting the Battery Assault between 2 units instead of just 1. Looks like that Invis rune, because of that obs from the Radiant earlier, perfectly read, perfectly answered, and it will be Fnatic keeping themselves safe in the mid lane. Radiant side definitely having a pretty good time CS-wise. Eternal Envy has gotten an absolute truck ton of denies. Oh my god, he's got 13. The absolute madman. Of course, a little bit of help from DJ doesn't hurt, but yeah, now it's second Metamorphosis. Impossible to out-deny him as a puck. That's just not going to happen. Smoke up behind Abed. Pilot Die and DJ do have the roll in. They have Cold Feet, Chilling Touch, and they have a target in Cuckoo. They will have to battle through the cogs, but hey, now's as good a time as any. Here comes Snowball. Will drop DJ in the cogs because that happened. Okay, now triple raise. He's just dead. Dude, Cogs and Snowball are 2 of like the jankiest spells in all of Dota. Put them together and just weird shit happens. I did not expect that result. I'm pretty sure neither did DJ's. Like, I'm gonna just snowball in towards Cuckoo, land it, and yeah, you will really struggle to actually follow up because of those Cogs. But he did not expect to be put in the cogs, I'm sure. So yeah, that was interesting. It's gonna feed over at first blood. That was definitely not the smoke rotation they were looking for. Easy triple raise, easy kill, first blood, in fact, for the SF. And well, their answering and management of this mid lane so far has been really, really good. Suddenly a lot less good, seeing as they just gave away that kill. Fnatic still poking around. They are wandering all up in these observer wards though, so this is like the least stealthy thing they've ever done in their lives. Pilot Die and DJ will find absolutely nothing. They will put down an obs, get a good angle on whether or not anyone's doing this kind of triangle creep scenario thing, but other than that, it's not really gonna happen. Dire's still scanned, and Tim's is the only one in the lane right now. Even if they do move in and get the kill, it's like, who cares? Tim's, ooh, poking up, thinking about it. If he goes up there, like, Chilling Touch is just going to whoop his ass, so we really just don't want to go up there, dude. And Cuckoo is just going to bail out of there. He's going to clear some Ancients, actually. Kill the Prowlers. Yeah, no one likes seeing those things alive. Got to make sure they're dead. Always kill off the Prowlers. Yeah, got him. Oh, that's why you got to kill them off, because they might actually just kill you if you're not careful. A lot of time wasted here from Fnatic. I mean, again, their CS is doing pretty well. Kind of impressed by how much CS Ohio's been able to get in this particular lane. But, yeah, getting that right-click damage from the Atrophy Aura definitely does add up quite a bit. Even when you do have, what is it, 8, 9? No, it's 10 armor, reactive armor from level 2. Even when you do have this, like, when you're hit with 90 damage a pop, it does add up. Fnatic CSing pretty decently right now. TNC not doing a terrible job. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. EE just got jacked up in the bottom lane. No coil needed. DJ now going to get dove as Cuckoo is going to take tower aggro. He's going to pull it off. Someone's going to pull it off. Sam H is going to phase shift, and Cuckoo's going to chug down that salve. Has a bottle as well, but Pilotai is going to come in and cancel it. He can't really do much to the SF, though. He's going to right-click him a handful of times. And Pilotai now stuck between a rock and a hard place. Nightmare up, and there are a couple raises left. 1, 2, gets the kill. Cuckoo now away from DJ, is not going to get frozen in place thanks to the cold feet, and he'll just slip away. Easy setup on the AA, who, in level 3, doesn't really have much game, versus a level 6 SF. That's just a bad matchup there. They get 2 kills in the bottom lane, TNC, including the Eternal Envy Terrorblade. Again, this guy is paper thin, and Raises, now being level 3, can cut through a TB like butter. And perhaps more importantly, or just as importantly, the fact that Tims was able to solo this mid lane while this SF was ancienting and ganking the bottom lane. They still have a hero getting mid lane farm very safely. Maybe not the most CS for the Clockwork necessarily, but for sure getting a lot of experience. And getting a fast level 6, especially when you go for 2 points Rocket Flare, so important. Like, you need to be able to hookshot in and get on top of the Terrorblade, get on top of the Ancient Apparition, and just be that initiator. Together with the Puck, they could actually just team up and just straight kill the vast majority of their opponents just right off the bat, no hesitation whatsoever. So this is actually a lot of extra time here for the Clockwork. You usually don't see this much time being given towards really any hero from the mid lane standpoint. I mean, usually SF just wants to be there. This is going to hurt Cuckoo's farm and net worth to some extent. But being able to go down there, get 2 kills, I mean, kind of smooths that problem over now, doesn't it? So Tims is actually getting a hell of a lot of love. You can see he's going to go for the AoE-based build. Battery Assault is great and everything, but when you're up against 1.5 million illusions, it doesn't really do all that much. Oh, Eternal Envy. Okay. 1 raise, 2 raise. A 3rd raise would have been pretty good there. Oh, gets flared as well. Unfortunate for Cuckoo. Not the time to mess up when you're looking to snipe out a Terrorblade. 800 HP, no magic resistance, no raindrop to speak of. Every single raise does 300 at least. Yeah, you're dead. You're just straight dead there. He has Sunder. It does seem like Eternal Envy, as a player, is a hero that I've seen get Sunder a lot earlier than usual. It's going to get back up to full HP thanks to it. But, yeah, the element of surprise now is gone. Sometimes Sunder, if you pick it up at level 6 or level 7, like, the enemies just don't expect it. They'll try to dive you, and they're like, oh shit, well, now you're at full HP, we have no HP because you took your ultimate. No surprises here, though. Tims is going to get a very quick level 6 for a 4 position. Cuckoo is still just roaming around as the SF, just looking to blast down Eternal Envy most of all. And oh, Pilot dies in a little bit of trouble here. Raven giving him a nice little hug. Is going to get Firestormed and will take some damage, but at this point, level 3 reactive and a hood means that he could shrug off all of that damage and just regenerate it all back. 41 regeneration without drinking a salve? Yeah, that seems about right. Because it's Timbersaw, he doesn't even have reactive armor maxed out. It's just base regeneration thanks to this hood. So high. Well, it gives him 6.5 HP regen. I actually didn't know it gave you half regeneration. I actually didn't know how much regeneration it gave. I thought it was a round number, not a half. 6.5. That's so weird. I thought it was like 6 or... I thought it was actually 8. I think that was nerfed in the latest patch or one of the latest patches. Not 8.23 or something stupid like that. Thank you, Ice Frog, for these weird numbers. Still, Timbersaw is going to be like an immovable rock. Oh, Snowball is going to disappear, actually, and they just turn around Coil Eternal Envy. He does not have another Sun. He's going to try to hug Cuckoo, try to dodge these raises, but he's just taking right clicks the entire time, so in the meantime, he's just getting beaten down. Now the hookshot in onto DJ. Tims is not going to let him go. 1 point battery assault just for the slow, and DJ is not going anywhere anytime soon. Throws out some shards, not going to do many favors for him. Cuckoo going to grab a handful of kills again on this bottom lane. And again, will get forced out, but with no threat to himself. That is what a fast level 6 on a Clockwork does for you. You can just do obnoxious things out of nowhere. Taking quick look, level 4 for Fnatic's AA, level 5 on the Tusk. Really, it's no comparison as to who's going to have a better time there. And you would assume the Shadow Fiend is a lot more further behind because he's not really been in lane. But 4 kills means that, yeah, he probably can be on top of the net worth chart if he really wanted to, if he just sat in the mid lane all day. But hell, he's still doing a pretty decent job. Underlord, in the meantime, going to rift himself out of this sticky situation up towards top. Raven has been having a grand old time up here. And Fnatic at this point, though CS-wise are still doing pretty well, don't really have much game as far as should a fight break out, they will just get absolutely massacred. So they really have to keep themselves in defensive positions, get those observers up, and make sure they stick. So Abed's still farming pretty well over in this mid lane, and this Phantom Lancer can do quite a bit of damage, but it does seem like TNC are starting to gear up for some pretty powerful mid-game plays. You can already see this top lane tier 1 has fallen, and there's really nothing that's stopping Raven from just slowly beating down this creep wave going into the tier 2 next. I mean, Ohio can Firestorm the creep wave, but he cannot Firestorm to kill off Raven. Sam H has another coil with a Veil now. DJ will be able to keep himself safe because he has Snowball, but everyone else, man, really kind of messed up, especially Pylai Die. I think that was mostly just flares from Tim's killing him off. Dude is maxed out flare at this point with the Soul Ring, so rip onto the Underlord, and here comes, well, a Timber Chain. Mostly the Chakram, though, the Whirling Death doing the damage. Brainsap as well, so much pure damage. And that will be Underlord put into a blender, gripped as well. Super dead on top. No one hero can really easily deal with Raven. Abed trying to go for Cuckoo, but what is happening for Fnatic? That's 8-0 for TNC. Abed's not supposed to die trying to go on the offense like that. I assume that was, oh yeah, he just got jacked up by the Requiem. Was there a rune involved there? No, he just got Requiem? What happened? I mean, I was watching top, but my god, Abed should not be dying like that. He's like the only hero on Fnatic that absolutely cannot be dying. Like, Eternal Envy, even if he dies like once or twice more, it's fine, but he's actually just gonna die once or twice more. Samage, no, gonna get sundered. Has to back off here. They need one of these two heroes to stay alive. Eternal Envy's lane has been pressured a lot. Abed's has not. Like, there's been a Clockwork and a Shadow Fiend not even together in that mid lane for very long. So if he's dying now, then things are going to really start to fall apart soon, especially for Pylai Die. If you're Pylai Die, things are going to start to fall apart in a terrible way. Not even right-clicking? Okay, you don't need to right-click him, he's just dead. That'll do. Yeah, there's some pure damage on this top lane. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of pure damage. And yeah, Timbersaw is going to go for the Bloodstone next. DJ is going to capture Tim's. Walrus Punch is there as well. Cogs, I'm not really sure if Cogs will even do anything for him. He's actually tried to hookshot to the neutrals. You can see it light up there. They'll take down Tim's, but as far as kills for Fnatic, that's great and all, but they lost their tower for it, so ultimately not great. SF with the double damage rune, man, plus 146 is absolutely dishing. So it's just a small consolation prize for Fnatic. 1437 just waiting for someone to get stupid. He does have that grip ready to go, and Raven, his job now done out of that top lane is, oh that grip. I think kind of see the Bane readying his hands. Yeah, but Raven at this point can just leave. Like, he can actually just go into every other lane and just start bulldozing that down. It's not going to be very fast. Timbersaw doesn't push towers very quickly. 82 base damage, who cares? But the fact that no one can actually stand up to him means that he can go wherever he wants with impunity. And Abed, ooh, there's a grip right around the corner. Nobody tell him. Bane is just going to be very patient here. Again, Raven doesn't have much to fear from really anyone. I think the worst case scenario is he gets sundered and then bursted, but they are going to rotate a lot of heroes in. Cuckoo has a lot more to fear. Lance coming in, Snowball here as well. Cuckoo is going to use himself to dodge that damage right now, but he's going to land into a whole mess of heroes, including an Ice Blast, which will kill him off from Pylai Die. Raven also got hit by that, so he doesn't have that additional regeneration. He's going to put up the barrier, takes no damage now, and with the reactive armor up, will actually just take no damage even further in this fight. Will Timber Chain out and should be just fine. Fnatic will crash in, kill Cuckoo, does take their entire team though, and now Raven's gonna blow up Pylai Die and almost gives DJ as well He's very low on mana, only 2 stick charges. Eternal Envy doing about 0 damage versus Raven. Now they're going to run into 1437. Oh, nothing was casted actually. The snowball's going to protect them for a little bit, but they still have that grip. And where you going, DJ? There is no escape that way. Raven has a Chakram, and that'll get them a double kill for this Timbersaw. In the meantime, SamH is still in the bottom lane, not even needed in this engagement. That looked decent for Fnatic, until you realize they still have no answer to this Timbersaw, and fighting in this area as Timbersaw is so bad compared to fighting in this area. Like, there are just so many more options here for Timbersaw. Raven just going off right now, and for Fnatic, they don't really have any means of stopping this hero. They're all physical damage based, they're all illusions which will be torn through like butter, and their only AoE is dying on top lane. Is he actually just canceling it? I mean, he was battery assaulted, so it looked like he was canceling it though. Either way, it's going to be canceled, and they are going to lose Underlord again. 14 Bloodstone charges. Timbersaw has Bloodstone and Hood 16 minutes in. That is a disgusting amount of survivability on this hero. You can see his armor just making him completely safe versus EE, who's going to be forced to go for, wow, Drums BKB. This is never a build you want to go for as Terrorblade. As Terrorblade, you want to stack agility as high as you can. Like, that's basically itemizing Terrorblade 101. Get agility until you're forced to get something that's not agility. And this, so early on, is just such a forced buyout. That sucks, man, but I mean, I gotta say, that's the right thing to do. Otherwise, you're just gonna get torn to shreds by all this burst magic damage from TNC, but even if he does get it off, like, can he actually kill anyone in the duration of that magic immunity? I don't think he can. At least not easily. He'll have it to protect himself, but ideally for BKB, you want to protect yourself so that you can do damage. This case is going to be he protects himself so he doesn't die. Oh, DJ. He's gonna get hookshot. Eternal Envy is here as well. The correct one put to sleep. They are going to snowball out DJ. He's still going to go down, it seems like, to this urn. He's just going to tick down. Tim's going to be the one to grab it. Vessel is right around the corner for him, especially when all these towers are going to be taken down. In the meantime, mid lane, still we got Raven being very persistent. Loses a little bit of mana from the Phantom Lancer. Who cares, man? He's got mana and then some. The map is closing in and Fnatic are losing all control. They do have to worry about this burst damage from the Shadow Fiend. Now Requiem level 2. He's actually not too far away from level 3 Requiem. I mean, given the fact that it's only 17 minutes in the game. Blink, Yules, just if you land a Requiem, like, no one's doing any damage anymore from Fnatic. The illusions of EE are going to be very weak. The illusions of the Phantom Lance are going to be a little bit better, but it's kind of like impossible to keep your illusions alive as PL in these engagements. There's just way too much AoE being thrown around. They'll smoke up and try to push out of their base. Ohio does have maxed out Pit, so his initiation with the snowball is in theory enough to get kills, but maybe not on SamH. He is going to orb. Don't jaunt to it, bro. He's going to phase shift snowball. In the pit, though, he's going to land. Nightmare is going to get him a couple seconds, but not enough time. They do catch SamH, and that is a pretty nice pickup here for Fnatic, but they do use the Metamorphosis for that, perhaps expecting a bigger fight. It's something, man. Beggars can't be choosers, but at this point, just a single kill on a puck, that's, it's not quite good enough. They need a couple more of those. About 5 more of those, and maybe we're gonna have a real game. Till then, though, it's gonna be TNC just muscling their way in wherever they want to go, whenever they want to go there. Nice Firestorm, bro. Nice level 4 ability. Dude, well, how do they kill off Raven? I have no freaking clue. Ice Blast is 100% needed. If they're able to stop his regen, that'll be quite nice. Usually, like, Ice Blast is, like, it counters heals and it counters lifesteal, but it doesn't, like, usually, like, the big aspect of Ice Blast isn't countering base regeneration, but in this game it is. It's all about just stopping the Timbersaw from getting that, what, 40, 50 regeneration from the reactive armor and his items. I'll just go into Roche for it. And this is something that Fnatic, they cannot scout just yet. Even if they knew about this, and I gotta say they probably do, what could they do about this? You're not going to go into this area against a Timbersaw, against a Clockwork. Like, if you do get in, you're going to get torn to shreds because of Cuckoo and Raven. And you're probably not even going to get in because of the cogs being in your way. So it's an easy double life for Cuckoo. Has a Blink Dagger and an Arcane Rune and a target, more importantly. Ohio is going to put the pit up. Shadow Fiend's Blink Dagger still available. Hookshot, cog bump back. Ohio is super dead. Wrong neighborhood, bro. Wrong neighborhood. And as if pushing wasn't already their game plan, they are going to get the hero that can counter push the best off the table and just start slowly beating into the structure. Probably is going to be a pretty easy pickup. Can Fnatic get anything elsewhere? Abed with just Diffusal Blade can kill off a creep wave pretty quickly. But his creep wave as well is going to get flared, has to deal with this tower, and I mean, even if they get this, it's not a good trade, so you have to try, I suppose, as Abed. You're going to get the creep wave's worth of farm as well. We do have DJ trying to cut the wave, perhaps. He's a little bit late for that one, though. The catapult has already arrived, and Raven's actually going to teleport back towards bottom, so they barely put any damage into the structure. Now, Abed's going to cop at 1437, gets nightmared. Highlight is able to take it off. There is no grip just yet from 1437. Actually held that for quite a long time. Still, they have the Ancient Apparition, who's going to get absolutely obliterated. Abed will teleport out in the trees. In the meantime, mid lane, what happened here? They were able to jack up. Cuckoo does have the Yule Scepter to dodge these shards. Don't instantly die, but he will go down. The Death Requiem doing a lot of damage. Sam H dropped the coil. There's no real follow-up here. Tim's has a hook shot. Ohio is going to try to bring them out. The Chakra misses, though. Drop Ohio. That means Eternal Envy is also in a lot of trouble. He's going to get silenced out of his Sunder mid-cast. And they'll take down pretty much everybody. At the cost of Cuckoo, yes. But still, that burst damage from Raven. Level 18 Timbersaw has level 3 Chakram. Is doing some serious damage and is damn near unkillable, which is a good combo for sure. This is going to be a tower taking a lot of damage here. BKB is not even up on this Terrorblade. Like, even if he found a Yasha on top of that Terrorblade just lying on the floor, I still don't think that's going to be enough given this scenario. Raven is just running around and is unstoppable. Cuckoo's going to be up in 5 seconds. We'll need a little bit of time to get some extra souls here, but still, he can teleport to a tier 1 and just get into this area immediately. Or they can just fall back. I mean, they're really in not that much of a rush here. They will just do that. Not lose the courier either. Oh my god, it's Shiva's guard. How are you supposed to kill this guy? 65% physical resistance. Extra magic resistance. That actually, 65 isn't even with his full reactive armor. Plus the fact that there's that Arctic Chill aura, whatever it's called. Freezing aura. No, I think Arctic Chill would have been a much better name for it. Oh, Eternal Envy. She only gets hit by one of those spells, I believe. Still, the hookshot cuts through him and pushes him back. He gets burst down before he can Sunder. BKB or not, there's no saving you from that situation. Now DJ as well. Oh, shards up to the high ground. Soul Vessel still ticking. And Raven looking for the death blow. No, DJ's actually going to survive through that. Just barely. But they lose Eternal Envy again. They have to rejuvenate their heroes in the fountain. Where is this SF? He's actually pushing bottom lane of all places. Gonna go for a 2 racks play, perhaps. Ohio's gonna drop all of his spells, and he'll do a little bit of damage to the Timbersaw, but definitely not enough to get him within kill threshold. Tower is gonna be chunked down as Cuckoo's gonna make his rotation in. Sam is gonna jump right in onto Abed. Just doing a little bit of damage here, not gonna deploy the coil just yet. And everyone else is gonna focus down onto the melee racks. Raven, really not the strongest place for a Timbersaw to be in right now. Not many trees here, so very few options for Timber Chain. Just gotta have that Whirling Death and Chakram as well as that blast from the Shiva's Guard. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Cuckoo's in a little bit of trouble. Do they have a Force Staff? He needs his help right now. He is gonna shatter as soon as he lands, and he will go down. In this position with no Force Staff is very dangerous. Like, you gotta be at least over here or somewhere along these stairs if you're gonna be playing SF in that position. So they will just lose their SF immediately, but they gain the racks. Pretty sure they're gonna be okay with that. All these other lanes are being pushed as well. Obviously, Cuckoo gave bottom lane a lot of momentum. Flare is going to give them even more momentum, and still Raven is running around being unstoppable. So, Fnatic, they have to find some huge team fight where they're able to get Eternal Envy and Abed into the action and keep them alive. Again, it's going to have to involve like a pretty sick Sunder or something like that, or 5-man Ice Blast. I don't know. They don't really have much potential there. They're chasing. No, they're trying. Even if they catch him, like, what the hell are they going to do? They are going to run into DJ. Walrus punches onto 147. The Brain Sap's going to pretty much balance all of that damage out. DJ's still alive, as the Ice Blast is going to be landing on the Bane. Everyone else is going to be chasing after this Timbersaw. Raven is at half HP. Ice Blast is going to wear off, so the regen is going to kick right back in. And they get nothing, unfortunately, for Fnatic. That would have been a really nice opportunity to at least get something. A chance, perhaps, to kill off a Timbersaw. But ultimately, everything was expended there and nothing was gained. No Metamorphosis here for the Terrorblade, and things are still bad. Pylai Die
things are really bad for this guy. He's going to get hit with that magic weakness. Tim's on one side, Sam H on another. Hook shot in. Die. He's down. Where is the SF? Once again, he's just trying to get some souls back before he rejoins the action. Going to go for that Aghanim Scepter, a double Requiem of Souls with the, whatever, pullback soul mechanic, whatever it's called. You get that, you push the souls out, pull them back in. It does a lot of damage. As if they even need more burst damage.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean, the
is under
Underlord's
attack.
trying to go for some Guardian Greaves. He does have the hood for himself. These items are kind of coming up on Fnatic, like some good items, BKB on the Terrorblade, but again, these are items just like bare necessity items to help them not die in these fights. They really don't have much offensive power coming up. SNY in the PL is a pretty nice item to have, but again, this isn't really going to be destroying Raven. There are no items that they can get that'll just be like, okay, now Raven's in trouble. Those items just don't exist with the current budget that Fnatic has. They need to find the Bane, I think. They need to find the Clockwork, kill off these heroes that kind of TNC are okay losing, but these are the only heroes that Fnatic can actually easily kill. Kill Cuckoo as well. He's got BKB. He had some sort of Perseverance item queued up. Didn't exactly see what that was. But, you know, killing off Cuckoo definitely is the way to go. Raven's gonna get snowballed. Here comes the Ice Blast. Can they kill off this Timbersaw at all? He's gonna get Nightmare. Still gets out from there. And the Ice Blast didn't actually land. They do have the Soul Vessel on him, but he's gonna zip away with the chain, and he will get out to safety. Big opportunity there from Fnatic, but unfortunately, that Nightmare or the Force Staff from Bane, one of the two, keeping Raven safe from that Ice Blast. And hey, look at that. He's back up at full HP, because that seems fair. For Fnatic, once again, this is going to be their Metamorphosis down the tubes. At least they still have a 10-second BKB on the Terrorblade, but Terrorblade with BKB but no Metamorphosis is not a threat. Like, that is just not a scary thing. What is this Roche timer looking like? 22 seconds minimum. Kugu does have his souls, does have the BKB on himself. Oh, Lincoln Sphere, not Ags. Boo. And TNC are just slowly but surely pulling more and more ahead. This status quo where Fnatic are just absolutely terrified to leave their base. Oh, Force Staff out into the grip. 1437 with the plays. Here comes the Requiem, and there goes Ohio. Oh my god, that was clean as hell. 1437. The baller plays from the Bane. They do sunder up Raven. Can they kill him? Maybe they can. They Nightmare to give him a little more protection. He's gonna get Walrus Punch out of his chain, has the suicide, and will kill himself. Feels bad, man. But here comes Sammy. He's gonna jump in, snag Pylai die because it's an AA. That's what you do as a puck. He will take some damage here, actually. He doesn't have any more tools to get out. He has another phase shift, stun from the snowball. He will orb and phase shift out. Soul Vessel still ticking though. Sam H, I think, is dead to it, especially when Alba comes in, so they will lose the puck. But immediately the Timbersaw is going to rejoin the fight. Cuckoo's still very healthy, should have full souls, and he does. Losing 3 heroes, Fnatic. They have their heavy hitters still up. BKB though is down, as is the Metamorphosis. So Eternal Envy, he's got 9k, 10k net worth, but right now is looking at like 6k net worth as far as useful items are concerned. Cuckoo is in a precarious position. Will actually dodge that lance. And Ohio's going to shuffle on in, 2-man root, but everyone gets Force Staffed out. The Ice Blast is going to come in, land to Raven and to Tim's. They've separated Abed though, in a lot of trouble with this Phantom Lancer. They will brain sap the wrong one. Cog bump back once again, will charge right back in towards Cuckoo, but he'll dodge it with the Yule Scepter. He'll land his souls in a really precarious position, pops the BKB just to dodge that lance one more time, and it looks like he will be able to get out to safety. The Reflection Illusion not doing enough damage there. TNC all falling back, damage being done in top, not all that much. Mid lane is completely devoid of racks though. TNC will fall back into their shrines, happy with their results, as well they should be. I mean, that 1437 play was absolutely insane. It's so hard to make good plays as a Bane, like sick plays like that, but 1437 just made it happen. And of course everyone else doing their job as well. Sunder onto the Timbersaw will kind of lower his Bloodstone charge count. It's not really going to be all that great though. I mean, now they can actually kill him because they don't have to worry about that suicide as an option. And that's kind of nice, I suppose, but at the same time, dude's looking down the barrel of a pipe, so his immunity to all this magic damage from Fnatic, which is already lacking, is going to be even higher. Here it has like 1 trillion armor, so yeah, I mean, he's just bulking up huge. 17k net worth. What did Abed pick up? Nothing. What did EE pick up? Nothing. 2k gold isn't bad. But, like, the items are coming up for TNC and then some. Really fat items as well. 24k now the lead for TNC. Roshan now an option. An Aegis onto Cuckoo, a Cheese onto Raven. Actually, probably put them both onto Cuckoo. Or at least be ready to pitch the Cheese to him. I don't know if actually anyone scouted that Roche being up. TNC, I mean, this is probably what they've been waiting for this entire time. Just, when is Roche back up? And they have Flare, but I'm not going to go into it just yet. Fnatic, I don't think can do anything about Roche. Like, if they try to move in, they will get walled off by the Cogs. So they have to, like, fully commit with 4 stabs and doppelgang in. And if you do that, you're pretty screwed, because I don't see the fight going well for them in that case. So I'm pretty sure this is just locked up for TNC, this double life, and the Cheese. EE is going to go for a Bloodthorn. That is the item they really need to kill off the Timbersaw. Getting that additional damage onto him, silencing him quite nice as well. Maybe if someone can build up a break item? I don't think anyone has the budget for that. Abed and all those illusions will be cleaned out. Really surprised that TNC are just not in Roshan right now. Bloodthorn is definitely the type of item they need, but it's also very far away. I mean, he has the baby crit right now. Chrysalis does work on illusions. I'm pretty sure the way it works is still, like, they'll show red numbers that won't quite be how much damage they actually do. May have changed that recently, but hey, illusions do crit, technically. I feel like someone messed up on TNC and didn't keep track of the Roche timer. They haven't even looked. Like, he was pretty quickly up again. Okay, now they're going to go in. And they'll kill him off. Fnatic, again, I don't think they can do anything about this. They just have to try to keep control of these lanes. Push out mid. Bottom's being shoved in by flares. Top, the puck is just here for the orb and waiting rift. So the puck is going to be able to take care of the top lane. And they don't really need many heroes to kill off Roche. So, you know, bare bones at Skeleton Crew it. Got some good Cheese coming up. These raises, man. Those goddamn raises. Okay, we got Aegis on Cuckoo, Cheese on Raven, Bloodstone Suicide coming back up in just a couple seconds here. And this is going to be do or die here for Fnatic. They haven't really picked up many assets since the last fight. Mechanism, I think, is new. Chrysalis is new. BKB on Phantom Lancer is new as well, so they actually have a couple of tools here. But since the last fight, lead has just grown for TNC. Was like 21k, now is 29. They still have the Shrine to kill. I'm very surprised no one has actually killed that off by now. Yeah, this is not a winning scenario. TNC can stay in this game state all day long and just, you know, max out on all their heroes and then just go in for just one Alpha Strike death blow. In the meantime, Fnatic will maybe get a Bloodthorn up, maybe get another agility item or a Nullifier up on Phantom Lancer. That's really good up against this SF. Pretty good up against Timbersaw as well. But, you know, it's also really expensive. Sacred Relic is a serious price tag item, and he only has 200 gold. Doesn't have a buyback, so this is very risky here for Fnatic. Sam H by himself right now. He loses Lincoln Sphere effect. He does have Blink and Phase Shift, so actually killing off Sam H with only a snowball really is going to be pretty much impossible. They've been catching people with 4-staff Pit of Malice. That's not terrible, but you need a little bit better than that to kill off a puck. That's just not going to work. Sam H slowly chipping away. And Cuckoo, he's here, maybe back up. 1437's back there as well. Bottom lane being pushed in by the Timbersaw as well. Oh my god, Tim's has a freaking Necro Book too. He's going to send a couple of goons there, and we'll make short work of that bottom lane. Top lane as well to be right-clicked by the real right-clicker in the SF. They will catch the Timbersaw. He does have the Cheese, but he's actually just fine. Sitting in the middle of everything. He's taking, like, no damage. How is he taking no damage from this at all? He's now at half HP, but he has the Cheese, and he can actually use it freely because he's not hit with that chill effect. He's going to Timber Chain right through absolutely everyone. Hookshot back in once again, and it looks like the Underlord's TP out was canceled. Ohio is going to be put into the snowball, it looks like, but I don't know if that's actually going to save him. He's stuck in the Chakram, so is DJ. Instant double kill for Raven. Everyone's going to start buying back. Eternal Envy is really worse for the wear. He has to go back into his fountain. They will capture Raven. Sam H also taking some tower shots, but he has the orb out with the phase shift. He's keeping himself safe.
In the meantime, super creeps pouring in from mid and top, so TNC really don't need to push any further right now. They will just back off and try to reset here. What assets were used? Looks like they were able to snag the Aegis and pull out the cheese from Raven. For Fnatic, though, BKBs, I gotta assume were used there, so it's down to 9 seconds, down to 8 seconds on the PL and Terrorblade, respectively. And TNC, ultimately, they gain a set of racks. They lose a Clockwork. Ultimately, though, the lead pushed now to 36k. Absolutely disgusting. Oh my god. Dagon suddenly out of nowhere. So, yeah, Puck just got a lot more dangerous. Does have the, pretty standard Puck build up here. I don't think you even... Oh, man. Every single time we see Pucks that are really wealthy, everyone's like, well, they don't need the gold. Do you get the other one? And the answer is always no, because Dream Coil Rapid Fire is actually just a gigantic piece of trash. But I'm always hoping that this is the game. Because, I mean, like, if you're going to coil someone and then Rapid Fire them, might as well be like these illusion-based heroes you kind of have to cut through really quickly. Or else they just get more and more problematic. I don't know. I don't freaking know. It's probably never going to happen, ever. I've seen it 0 times, actually. Even though I've seen many times where the Puck could have gone for it. Just didn't. All lanes, once again, collapsing in towards Fnatic. They've been, trying their best, but still their base is slowly being chipped out. They've been unable to kill off Raven. And soon you'll have... I'd imagine he's actually committed for the Ags. Yeah, he had to quick buy, is now actually going for it. He's got a little bit of extra Chakram action. 25 on the Timber Saw. He's really got a huge Timber Chain. Like, actually ridiculous. Like, seriously. Where is he? He's not even on my screen right now. That's how big the range is. It's like huge to the point of it kind of being useless. Like, do you really need a Timber Chain that long? I'm not really sure you do, but still, he has it, so actually catching up to and killing off this Timber Saw is going to be damn near impossible, man. Good freaking luck. And there's his Ags. So Soul Ring out, Ags in, and he's pretty much done farming, man. He can't really go for much more here. What does Cuckoo have? He picked up the Lincoln Sphere. He's going to go for a Sheep Stick next. Blink Sheep on any hero is insane. When you're able to combo him down immediately afterwards, yeah, it gets pretty good, especially with some extra cooldown reduction for those raises. Combo Caster Shadow Fiend soon to be in full effect. Anyone else who has 25? No, not really. Abed is level 20. It's not bad, but that crit is looking very far away for him. So is this Nullifier. Sheep Stick on the SF. And there's the cooldown reduction. I'd imagine. Cooldown reduction. You don't go for Sheep Stick, then don't pick up cooldown reduction, right? So there you go. 13 seconds cooldown. Stack neutrals. Yeah, freaking right, Abed. No one can leave their base. Your team is kind of bottled up here. Raise cooldown, 6 seconds. Easy combo casting. Infinite mana, of course. Fuel Scepter and Scythe of Vice. Dude's got intelligence and mana regen for days. Probably a little bit too much, even. Share some with everyone else, man. Share some with your Timber Saw. Actually, Timber Saw probably doesn't need it. Timber Saw is pretty smart as well. The Bloodstone is the extra intelligence from the Shivas and the Ags. It never even occurred to me that Timber Saw, like, I listed, like, he has got magic resistance and armor, but he's also just still a strength hero. He's not the most strength, but he's also got status resistance. Like, it's usually not going to be hugely impactful, but he has that as well. Just don't forget that, guys. As if he wasn't tanky enough, he also resists your stuns and slows and whatnot. Because, you know, Ice Frog deems it so. Ice Frog deems it, so shall it be. MH, jump out of the pit. Still has that Dagon. He can start just like warning shot firing at whoever shows up. Tower, 450 HP. Chakram's out, Chakram's in, Orb's out. Just freaking dodging everything. Unpleasant game of dodgeball. Necrogoons get put up. Eternal Envy gonna take a Dagon Blast in the face. still this mid lane and top lane are pushing in, so TNC can camp out here all day long. They're in absolutely no rush. Silly creep wave, double chakram, easy, almost full gold. Got him. Abed is going to go for not Nullifier, is going to change his mind, go for Heart. Eternal Envy holding a lot of gold. How much excess does he have? Not quite enough, I don't think, for that Orchid. He's getting there, though, to have Orchid and the buyback. So these items are kind of coming up from Fnatic. Pipe is up on the Underlord. He's going to go for a BKB of his own. Level 20 as well. Extra health regen, never bad, but his talents for the Underlord, not really going to be like winning him any of these fights right off the bat. TNC can just wait for this next Roche. It's only 40 seconds. Oh, they jump right in. No coil just yet. Just double chakrams, actually whirling death chakrams everywhere. Timbersaw's going to get 4-staffed out. Ice Blast is going to be way off the mark. And Timbersaw is just fine. In the backside, they're all stuck because of the coil. Snowball out from this Tusk. What the hell just what? Well, I don't know what the hell that was, but either way, the Rax is going to be under fire here. Cuckoo is still with the BKB, so he's fine to back off safely right now. Puck is still in the back line, trying to snipe Highlight Die. Here comes the Whirling Death Timber Chain combo in, and Raven is all the way in, actually. He's kind of by himself, but here comes the chain out. No, not quite. Walrus Punch is going to cancel that. They're trying to kill off this Timbersaw. He can kill himself. He's actually going to go down to Eternal Envy. He did not get the suicide. He does have a very short respawn time, only 50 seconds for level 25 hero, but they are able to hold the line somehow. No one dies on Fnatic. They get, oh my god, almost 4k from that one kill. That's a 9-kill spree. And Eternal Envy, is that his Bloodthorn? It is. So TNC, kind of a messy engagement there. Trying to get to the back line. Coil being used with not much follow-up. I don't feel like there was a sheepstick used there. At least if there was, it wasn't influential. There was no grip there. Timbersaw going in really far by himself. But, you know, after all said and done, is that going to bring Fnatic back? Probably not. Not in and of itself. It's going to get them a little bit closer, though. They're certainly getting to a point where they can maybe start to fight on par. They're getting there. If the gold comes up on the puck, dude is going to be absolutely loaded, even more so than he already is. EE Bloodthorn, really powerful, but still doesn't have all that much bulk. And there's this happening as well. We got Roshan being cleared once again. Pressure Shard, not that great for the TNC crew, but Aegis Cheese, that's still really good. Wonder who's actually going to get this. Kind of hard to use a Requiem in this game. Like, if you start channeling a Requiem, you'll just get focused down by all of EE's illusions and take a lot of damage at this point. Maybe just give it to the puck for a double coil. No, they're going to start crashing in on bottom side. Jump in. Cuckoo lands a Sheepstick onto the Terrorblade. 1, 2, 3 raises. Lots of damage. Eternal Envy is going to get hook shot, but he gets yanked out. So he'll be just fine. He's going to sunder up and kill off the clock. We're going to hurry. Lance, double 4-staffed out. Tim's actually going to glimmer away from it and survive. Gets handed the Refresher Shard, or is going to unbackpack it, rather. He is going to have another hook shot if he really needs it right now. They find Cuckoo in the front lines. Dual Scepter is there. Has a blink out right after. No, he can't use it. He can pop the BKB and pop the Requiem, and it'll blow up Eternal Envy. Immediately buys back. But they've lost their supporting crew as well. Another Pitamatus does go down as Abba's chucking in all the illusions he could possibly get his hands on. Cuckoo is kind of banged up right now. EE gonna move on in, but he does not have his Metamorphosis, so what can he really do here? Raven's running a little bit dry on mana. Is gonna chow down on the cheese, though. It's good for you. It's calcium. And now the Rack's in a little bit of trouble here. Abed, once again, sending in all the illusions he could possibly muster. They get the Sheepstick onto Eternal Envy, and they blow him up. He just bought back, so he is gone for good. And gone for good also, those initials are GG, which Eternal Envy is going to call TNC, ending the game with almost a 50k net worth lead. My god, that's a gold advantage. And it's slow and steady. You know, doesn't always win the race, but at least doesn't end up splattered on the walls. TNC running around with an unkillable Timbersaw. The burst combos from Cuckoo, pretty solid as well. And for Fnatic, just, I mean, all these comfort heroes, it's all well and good, but all these heroes just have terrible matchups up against this Timbersaw last pick from TNC. They just could not do anything about him. And oh my god, it's a Bane game with no deaths? dude, what is 1437 doing? He's not playing this hero correctly. You're supposed to die a lot more than that. TNC, either way, guys, going to take the game. This Fnatic just could not hold long. Did he? What? Okay, I missed that part. I guess he figured, like, hey, we have to fight and win right now. There's no point in me saving for a heart. I got to get some stats. It's not a bad decision. It looks weird, but it's not a bad decision. TNC are still going to be one game up, guys. Winner of this moves to the finals. Loser is out. So everyone give your power to EE Sama. He's definitely going to need it in this next game. Should be coming up soon. Guys, I'm Mike Loris. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys, and I'll be right back.